Book land. I'm trying to coordinate two different videos here, so we'll see. I should be live both in the page, the Young Living Oil Essentials page, and on my in the event that is posted in that group. So that's my plan, and I think I have that between my phone and my computer, so that's awesome. So this is the Essential Oils Basic class. We'll wait a couple minutes because it just ticked over to 7:30. I have my dog right here with me, so hopefully you won't hear any whining, and I won't have to send her out of the room. Do you want to say hello? Do you want to say hello, Molly? Say hi, Molly. Let's see. There we go. Hi. Oh, my goodness. All right. Well, I think what we'll do is just get started. I know that people may jump on here, in the next few minutes or whatnot, and that's fine. But that way, if you're catching the replay, because we had an awful lot of people say that they're interested in the class, so may jump on later in the evening or in the next coming days. And if that's the case, I don't want them to have a big long delay while we just sit here and wait for people to come on live. So I'm going to jump in. As I said, this is a Essential Oils Basic class, kind of like an introduction to oils and toxic-free living. I want to welcome you, each of you. I thank you so much for taking the time from your busy life to jump on here and learn about a different way to live. So I'm Sarah. I'm not an expert, okay? In that, I don't have a bunch of degrees or certifications. What I do offer is a passion for oils, for natural solutions, for helping others like you to live your best life and to be an advocate in your health care and that of your family. So that's what I'll try and do. So let me tell you a little bit about my story. I was introduced to essential oils by my sister in 2016. And before that, I had no idea what an essential oil even was. I immediately discovered that they helped me sleep better. I had used either a prescription or an over-the-counter sleep aid for years and years. And I found right away that the oils were working just as well as those were in helping me to get a good night's sleep. So I stopped taking those. It wasn't long before I had another aha moment, and that was I had a bit of inflammation and a lot of discomfort in my hips and some in my knees because my hips were in bad shape. And so when I got the oils, I laid off of my prescription anti-inflammatory medication, and I started using some different oils. And I found that it worked just as well to alleviate that discomfort occasionally when I needed it. And so I quit taking, that medication. So let me make it clear. I'm not suggesting that you toss out any medications or that you switch to oils from whatever you and your doctor have you doing for your health and well-being. So I made a lot of other health changes along at the same time. As I learned more and more, I felt better. And so I continued to learn about diet, about staying hydrated, about supplementation, all those things, and that all contributed to my living a much, much healthier lifestyle. So I cannot diagnose or attempt to treat or prescribe anything for you, but I can share my story with you and what I've learned and what I've found to be true for me. So that's what I'll do. And you can, make your own conclusions, and you can decide to try, whatever you think may enhance your life along these lines. So, as I looked into what made Young Living products better, because if I was going to switch, there had to be a good reason, right? I began to learn of all the chemicals that are legally allowed in most of the products that I was buying and that many of us buy and consume and apply to our bodies regularly. The honest God's truth is that our government is not doing a good job of protecting us and our kids from toxic chemicals. They're just not. So we have to be aware and in charge of our own homes and what we allow into our homes. There is no enforced requirement in the United States that new chemicals be tested for safety or evaluated for toxicity before coming to market. Chemicals are simply given a free pass. Sadly, we found out the hard way, time and time again, that these chemicals damage our health and our children's health, and we really need to do a better job. According to the Environmental Working Group, you may know it as the EWG, federal law regulating personal care products now hasn't changed much since 1938. Crazy, right? The FDA does not test the ingredients of these products for efficacy or safety. Only color additives require the agency's approval. Oh, and the agency cannot issue recalls on cosmetics or hygiene products either. And come to think of it, I can't recall ever hearing about a recall. You hear it about food products or baby, bouncy seats or car seats or strollers, but not on personal care products because they just don't have that power. And manufacturers are not required to put all their ingredients on the label. They can call things a trade secret or fragrance and not have to list what those chemicals are that are in these products that we're putting on our skin and on our bodies day in and day out. So U.S. production of synthetic chemicals increased 100-fold between 1920 and 1990. That was the latest statistic I could find. Imagine the increase in the past 30 years in the number of chemicals on the market. So of these thousands and thousands of synthetic chemicals in use, less than 2% have been tested for carcinogenicity, cancer-causing. I can't say that word. So that's frightening, right? So the average home today contains dozens and dozens of toxic chemicals. There's some things that we're exposed to that we can't do anything about. There's air pollution. There may be some, quality of air issues in our homes. There's things that we just can't do anything about. But there's many things that we can eliminate by making better choices in the products that we buy and use. So that's what I want us to focus on, right? On what we can change. So in switching to all natural plant-based alternatives is just a great place to start. So when it comes to our health, what we eat and the exercise that we get or don't get is super important. And that's what most people focus on, right? But I want to tell you that what you put on your body and what you breathe in your home, these things matter just as much as the exercise and diet when it comes to your overall health. So, and we don't focus on that. The big companies, they don't want you to think about that because they want you to keep buying the stuff that has all the toxic and the chemicals in it because they're going to make a lot of money. So some of the worst products for your health, you'll be surprised. So some of the worst products are candles, plug-ins, air fresheners, cleaning sprays, fabric softeners, dryer sheets, even your personal care items like makeup. There are toxins and chemicals in all of it. Fragrances are usually purely synthetic, 100% chemicals, and they're found in all of these products and more. So we've got to wise up. We've got to take control of our own health and our own lives, wouldn't you say? So when I first started to discover these things, I got really mad. I wanted to just continue living like I was and just ignore it all. But we've got to get our heads out of the sand. We have to pay attention. We have to listen. We have to study. We have to research. We have to learn so that we can do better. And I'm telling you, it's not hard. When you start to be aware and when you gain an interest in learning these things, the information's everywhere. Like right now, I'm shocked people don't know. But I think back to 4 years ago and I didn't have a clue. So, it's kind of like when you get a new car and you drive down the street and all of a sudden, like you see that same car everywhere, right? Because you're familiar, you're aware, and you notice. And it's the same thing with the chemicals and the toxins in the world and the things that, the big pharmaceutical companies and the big manufacturers don't want us to know. When you start paying attention, you're going to see that information. It's right in front of us. It's very accessible. So we cannot ignore the elevated rates of autism and ADHD and ADD in our kids. Our parents are suffering from dementia and Alzheimer's disease at alarmingly higher rates than their parents did. I know people say that it's just diagnosed more. You'll hear all kinds of excuses, but I don't think we can ignore, what the truth is. So we all have more allergies and more food sensitivities. And how many couples do you know that struggle with fertility issues? So we can do better. And we can no longer pretend that there's not a correlation between the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of new chemicals on the market and the fact that they are allowed in our products without any testing or regulation. And the fact, if you overlay these graphs, and I've seen this graphic where, the rate of new chemicals on the market and the rate of, these diseases in our world, it's parallel. It's exactly parallel. So I'm not suggesting that you go tonight and toss out everything in your cupboards, although you might want to. But let's just know that knowledge is power, right? So take back control. You're the gatekeeper of your home, and you get to decide how you want to live and how you can make that happen with your budget, with your lifestyle, with your family. A lot of things go into that. Not everybody is going to have the same story. So would you agree that a more chemical-free life's important to you? I think probably so. That's the conclusion that I came to. So I researched to find the absolute best alternatives. And I made a plan to ditch the toxic products and switch to a plant-based alternative for each over time as my budget allowed for. And you can do the same thing. So the conclusion I came to was that Young Living had the most and the best products on the market. Hands down. There's no comparison. You can do your own research. I encourage you to. I believe you'll come to the same conclusion. At the foundation of Young Living, let's talk about Young Living for a minute and who they are, right? So at the foundation, Young Living is essential oils. They have 600 or 700 products, supplements and personal care products and products for your pets and your kids and shampoos and makeup and lotions and all the stuff. But at their foundation, they're an essential oil company. And that's exactly where we're going to, what we're going to look at. Essential oils, what are they? So they're liquids. They're distilled from plants. They may be obtained from the seeds, from the roots, from the flowers, from the leaves, from the entire plant. Each oil is different. It's often referred to as the lifeblood of the plant. I'm going to turn you just a little bit there. The lifeblood of the plant. Oils are very complex, and we're not going to get into the detail of the chemical makeup of the essential oils in this class. We can do that in another, I'm not going to do that in another class because I just don't get into all of that. They work, and that's all I want to know. But they're complex, and there is a lot of science behind it. And the makeup of essential oils, there's hundreds and hundreds of different molecules. It's incredible science. So you can look into that. There's books on it, all kinds of stuff. But essential oils oxygenate our cells, and they detox our bodies just like they do for the plants, the plants that they come from. They support all of our body systems. I see my mama's on here. Hi, Mama. So, D. Gary Young is the founder of Young Living, and he began studying essential oils decades ago for his own personal health issues. He had a logging accident. He literally had a tree fall on him, and the doctors told him he wouldn't walk. His story's fascinating, and it's written in a couple of different, books and resources you can look at. But he was determined to get well and to walk, and he did, and that's what started his journey. So he was the world's leading oil expert long before oils were even a thing, or they were cool. Now, they've been around for thousands and thousands of years. There's thousands of references to them in the Bible. But in modern day, he really was the pioneer that brought them to what they are today. Now, everybody and their brother has a knockoff and is trying to, have an essential oil in their lineup, and most of them are synthetic. If they're not synthetic, they're most likely adulterated and not pure, and we'll go a little more into that. But again, you'll want to do your own research if that's something you want to know more about. But essential oils support things like healthy brain function, healthy weight loss, and even emotional support. Anybody need extra emotional support these days? I thought so. Essential oils can help soothe a crying child. They can even invigorate and uplift our moods. They can be used as an alternative to chemicals in cleaning products. So let's look specifically at the 3 different ways that you can use essential oils. I remember it by A, B, C. Okay? So we can apply them, we can breathe them, and we can consume them. And we're not going to look at them in ABC order, though. We're going to look at the most common way that people are familiar with essential oils is through inhaling them, breathing them. And usually with a diffuser, something along the lines of this, and there's lots of different styles. Inhaling essential oils can stimulate parts of the brain where that are associated with memory and emotions and your state of mind. So they can really help you to rediscover peace and joy and balance, and using them for emotional support is huge. And I didn't discover that for a while. I was really focused on the health benefits and just replacing the air fresheners and candles and things like that in my home with the diffuser. But there's just so many uses. But diffusing essential oils purifies the air. It cleanses it from the toxins and impurities in the environment. So diffusing high quality essential oils isn't just making your home smell good. You're not damaging your health with the chemicals and the toxins like are in the air fresheners and air sprays and artificial fragrances and so forth. So some oils that you might like to diffuse would include a blend called Peace and Calming. It's wonderful for relaxation, occasional anxiety, that when your mind's going and you can't sleep. Lavender's another one. A lot of people diffuse at nighttime. It's great for relaxation and that calming, restful sleep. Lemon is very uplifting, puts a very bright and fresh, clean scent in the air, so that's a great one to diffuse. Peppermint is very energizing. I like to breathe that in. When I was running, I would breathe it in right before I went running, but anytime you exercise, that peppermint's a great one to just give you that burst of energy for that. So the next way that we use essential oils is topically. So we apply them to our skin. By applying them, a common way to do that is with a roller. This is a Stress Away roller, which comes in your starter kit. And it is like vacation in a bottle. It's like vanilla and lime, and it's amazing. But can you see it has a stainless steel roller top on it, so you can just roll it right on your skin as opposed to dropping oils out of a bottle. At any rate, did you know that everything that you apply to your skin gets absorbed into your body, right? I mean, it's logical. Even your shampoo, lotion, deodorant, the makeup you put on your face, even laundry detergent that's on your clothes, on your skin all day long. And as chemicals from these products are absorbed into your bloodstream, they're carried to your internal organs. So the average woman applies something like a dozen products with hundreds of chemicals in them before breakfast every day. So wouldn't it make sense to use products that are made from plants with zero chemicals added? I think so. All of Young Living's personal care and cleaning products are made with essential oils, even the makeup and the skincare. So some oils that you might want to apply topically come in the starter kit. Frankincense is a really popular one, and lavender both are good for to put in your moisturizer to put on your face or anywhere on your body. That's just great skin support. Panaway is one that when I talked earlier about the inflammation in my hips and finding relief from that, Panaway was an oil that I used, and it is a blend that's exclusive to Young Living. Comes in the starter kit. Digize is an amazing proprietary blend that is great for all things digestive, all things tummy, I should say, because even if you are on a long car ride or an airplane or you overeat, anything to do with an upset tummy, Digize will just lick it. It just is amazing. It has, if you were to talk to your great grandmother and ask what they used, if they had a tummy ache, she would tell you probably anise or licorice, ginger, fennel, peppermint. Those are the things, those are the oils that are in Digest. And I'm telling you, it works. Doesn't smell as good as some of the others, but it works. And when you want it, you're going to be really, really glad that you have it. Okay, so the third way that we use oils is by consuming them. Young Living has an entire line of oils that are labeled specifically for ingestion. That's required by law. I'll tell you a very not so secret is it's the exact same oils that are in those bottles that are in the ones that are labeled for topical application, but we have to label them differently to say, hey, it's okay to ingest these. But most companies don't have that. But Young Livings are so pure, and you can know that you can ingest them. And a most common way is in a little capsule. So you buy these at the health food store or from Young Living or on Amazon or whatnot. I'm sorry if you hear my dog whining. But you can put, 3, 4, 8, 10 drops of oil in there and consume that for various purposes. You can put oils in your water. We'll talk a little bit more about that when we talk about safety issues in a minute. But Young Living oils are pure. They're distilled and bottled under Young Living's Seed to Seal promise. And you'll hear that frequently. Seed to Seal is huge, and it's really what sets us apart. They choose the best seed. They plant and grow it properly with no chemicals, no fertilizer. They follow proper sustainable farming practices, the most proven harvesting methods, proper distillation and bottling, and every step of the way they're testing and retesting. And this is critical. So if you're so it's critical if you're going to be consuming or applying them to your body, you want to make sure that they are the purest that they can be, and there's nothing else in them. If you just want your house to smell good, well, that's a different story. Although I wouldn't want to be breathing in anything synthetic either. But some oils that you may consume would be that Digest that I talked about. You can put it in a capsule or put it sublingually under your tongue, the Vitality oil. Thieves Vitality. You've probably heard of the Thieves line. That is a Young Living exclusive blend, and it is incredible immune support. So we have it in a roller like this, and you can put it in a capsule. You can put it in a tea. I love to make a tea with hot water, maybe a tablespoon of honey, and 3 or 4 drops of Thieves. It's wonderful. Lemon Vitality oil you can put in your drinking water. Lots of oils you can put in your water. Some people put peppermint. It's very strong oil, so you need very little. But I love tangerine oil in my water. So let's talk a little bit about some safety things. Oils are very, very safe. There are some things that you want to be, smart about. If you're pregnant, you'll want to talk to your healthcare provider about what oils you might avoid. If you have some major health issues, you'll want to be talking with your healthcare providers and just make sure that, that you're being smart. You never want to put oils in your eyes or in your ears. Now, you can put oil around your ear here, but never in the ear canal. I talked about putting citrus oils specifically in your water. Citrus oils, in particular, they draw out the petrochemicals in plastics, and so you don't ever want to put them in like a plastic water bottle or a styrofoam cup. It'll eat that up, and you don't want to consume that plastic. So if you're making a blend to use with your thieves cleaner, it's okay if it's in a plastic bottle. But if you're consuming it, only put that in glass or stainless steel or ceramic. Let's talk about carrier oil. So carrier oil is a vegetable oil. So like a coconut oil or olive oil, jojoba oil, almond oil, there's lots of them. Carrier oils are thick. Their molecules are large. So if you apply it to your skin, it is going to stay on there topically for a bit, right? You know that from using them in the kitchen. So essential oils are what we call volatile. So their molecules are very, very small, and they get absorbed right into your skin and into your blood system, all of your cells in your body very, very quickly. So some of the oils are what we call hot. They would feel hot on the skin. Peppermint, wintergreen, there's a number of them. Cinnamon. So those, if you're applying them topically, you would want to apply them with a carrier oil. So you would use a couple drops of carrier oil and then add a couple drops of the essential oil, and it will spread out the area that the oil is covering and help it absorb much slower. It won't affect the effectiveness of the oil, but it will slow down the absorption so that it won't feel so hot. Sometimes you get an essential oil on your skin when you didn't mean to and it feels hot. You can add a carrier oil right over that, and it will alleviate that hotness or lessen it. If you're using oils with kids or even small pets, you definitely want to use carrier oils all of the time. So I think that's what I want to cover about essential oils. That's really the basics, and that's what we wanted to cover. We've been 30 minutes. I don't want to keep you really long. So you're probably wondering, how do you get Young Living essential oils? You can't buy them in the store for the most part. If you've got a good health food store or something, you may be able to pick up a couple of them at a retail price that's marked up. So most people get started with a premium starter kit. I did. So this is absolutely the best option if you want to start replacing the toxin-filled products in your home with plant-based alternatives. So make your health a priority. Grab a kit tonight. Jump on the monthly ordering program. Start earning free products and free points so that you can get more free products. We'll talk a little bit more about that. But little by little, one step at a time, do the ditch and switch. And then over time, you will have switched out those toxic products and be so much healthier for it. And your family will be so much healthier for it. Gosh, I wish I knew this stuff when my son was little. I really do. So if you jump on and get a kit tonight, or even anytime this week, in the next 7 days, we'll say next 7 days, so by next Thursday, I'm going to give you a free oil. So what's in the starter kit, you say? The starter kit has 12 oils and a diffuser. And you can choose the diffuser, and the kit price is really based on which diffuser you select. The basic, not the basic kit, but the basic diffuser like this, or there's one a little fancier called the Desert Mist diffuser. That kit is $165. But if you were to buy those 12 oils and the diffuser each separate at retail, you'd pay over $400 for it. So it's a great value at $165. And wait, there's more. What you get with that is a Young Living membership. So that from that point on, you just order anything you need in addition right from Young Living, and it comes right to your house. You don't have to go through me or anybody else. You just order it. You have your own login on the website, and you order it. It comes to you, and you get 24% off everything that you buy as a member. So that's a pretty cool deal. So the 12 oils and the diffuser, and I'm going to send you, if you sign up in the next 12 days, a bottle of tea tree. And this is a 15 milliliter bottle of tea tree. This is a big bottle of tea tree oil. So that's a great extra little bonus. Let me show you. So the 12 oils, this is an older kit, but and then there's more goodies even underneath there. Some samples and hand sanitizer. Who doesn't need that these days? So it's just a great, great value. Now, when you order your kit, you want to get on Essential Rewards. That's the monthly ordering subscription. And when you do that right now, you get a free bottle of oil. I want to say it's called Envision. I hope I'm saying the right one. It changes every month. But so that's a 13th oil that you're going to get for free. And you'll earn 10 points, which is $10 to spend on your next order. It's a no-brainer. It costs nothing. You just check the box when you're signing up, and you'll get your next free oil and 10 points put on your account. And you can cancel that at any time. If you decide, oh man, I don't want to order every single month. You know, after the first couple months, you switch a couple things out, then you jump off it. No big deal. But you got that free oil and your 10 points. So, like I said, that's $165, 13 oils, an amazing diffuser. These diffusers sell for $85 retail, so it's a really, really great. I still have the very first diffuser that I got 4.5 years ago. I used it every day for about 3 years. Now I use it occasionally because I've gotten so many new ones. But they last and last and last. They're really, really well made. So let's see. I can help you get started tonight. Just let me know in the comments or private message me. Or you can go to my website, which is sarahbarnhill.lifestepseo.com. sarahbarnhill.lifestepseo.com. Pretty easy. And that'll walk you right through signing up. If you have questions, you want more answers, I'm happy to jump on FaceTime or Marco Polo or however you want to communicate, and we can get all those questions answered. Again, I thank you so much for spending this time with me tonight. I know everybody's busy. If you're catching the replay, same thing goes. To take your time to learn, to invest in your family and your health is huge. Huge, huge. So I want to help you live your best life. Let me know how I can best do that. I want you to join us in this Young Living journey when that time is right for you. So you just let me know how I can help you, okay? And you be blessed and have a fabulous night. And we will. Hi, Maria. I just noticed you on there. I'll stick around. If you have questions, throw them in the chat. And I look forward to hearing from you. Okay, bye now.